As I'm sure you're aware, Saudi Arabia didn't even ban slavery until 1962. That is literally just in my parents' lifetime. Even as the rest of the world saw and realized the harm that slavery did to an entire continent and peoples, and made a declaration to abolish it, it was the Arabs who protested it, and it took a hell of a lot of international pressure and backlash for them to finally agree to outlaw it. So while it has to be said that the economic consequences of the Muslim enslavement of Africans wasn't as severe as the economic consequences of Western colonization of Africa, it doesn't mean that we shouldn't talk about it, because it's the actual degree to which Islamic slave rates changed and messed with entire generations of the social fabric, the economics, and the reproductive lives of millions of Africans. In those regards, it is definitely more brutal and painful than the transatlantic slave trade. So I've always wondered why more and more African authors aren't coming forward to kind of decipher their history and remove the layers of whitewashing or cover-ups to present a more nuanced and authentic version of their history. But most of the African authors are yet to publish a book on the Arab-Muslim slave trade out of religious solidarity. So there's 500 million Muslims in Africa, and it just seems much easier for them to blame the West rather than to talk about the past crimes of their fellow Muslims, albeit Arab ones. As a side note, what I find is a good general rule of thumb to help cut through all the fake pro-Islamic and whitewash histories that proliferate is to know what Islam did in the past. Just simply look at what it's doing in the present. Look at Islamic states, such as some within the GCC. For example, Saudi Arabia still has the kafala system, and to a lesser extent, the other countries in the GCC do as well. But even in the UAE, for instance, Emirati employers have the authority to hold the labourer's passport ransom indefinitely. They withhold salaries for months, knowing full well the impact it will have on that labourer and their family back home, who rely on that money to put food on the table.